Hello there, lovely stranger. Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News, friends. We have Bitcoin hovering a slight green for the month still. It's around 59,500. We're going to move through this week. Remember, we have the FOMC from the US Fed, Jay Powell, who is hopefully going to cut rates by 25 basis points. That's what we want. Either we want to hold or a 25 basis point cut. Right now, it's 50-50 between 25 basis point and 50 basis point cut. Statistically, cutting by 50 is ushering in doom. The forward one-year rate of S&P 500 is minus 15%. And actually, it's still red after 3 years. Don't get that. Don't give up. That'll be bad. Hopefully, we only get 25 basis points, man. That'll be disgusting. Imagine the S&P 500 hasn't moved in 3 years from now. I've given the blue emoji to Bitcoin to signify the loading zone. However, Ethereum is the topic of discussion this weekend and today, friends, because Ethereum is cucked. Ethereum is cucked, friends. The ETH BTC is hitting 0.039, and there are a few more other things I have to go through before we quickly jump into that. But for now, ETH BTC is getting pooped. This is the others BTC ratio. It's still going sideways. You can see, friends, because Ethereum is down and cucked, and they don't have a winning culture in Ethereum. That's pretty much what it comes down to. But like what do you believe? Do you want to believe it's the winning culture and it's because Vitalik eats bugs? He does, friends. He eats protein bugs. Is it because, bankless aren't really like out for blood like your friend Sommi is? Is it because of that? Or is it just third cycle curse? I mean, I've been talking about third cycle curse since 2022. And I want to remind you, friends, before I even go through any of these, just remember, look, I know we focus on the fear in the red candle part, and we focus on ETH BTC getting cucked, which is where it is right now, almost 0.039. That's an 8-year round trip, by the way. Friends, it is almost back to March 2016 levels. That's an almost 9-year round trip. 9 years, no gains. Means you're better off holding Bitcoin. Now, you got to remember, your friend Sommi, I have more than one prophecy. I knew Ethereum was going to be cucked. I was just optimistic. I thought it was going to happen at the end. So this is, friends, that's why you never know, man. I just guess. I'm like, hey, man, I hope it happens like this, and then we get cucked like that. Okay, but actually, we went down straight away. We just got cucked straight away. So what about my other prophecies? You got to remember them. I have a dark one. I have a good one. Dark and good, friends. The dark one is dark prophecy. Hopefully, we don't get that where Bitcoin only hits 80K, but it's more to do with the spot ETF, them doing the Ponzi paper shorting later on in the bear market, and they usher in a self-custody ban. Hopefully that's later on. I don't want to manifest these, okay? So that's one of them coming. But what about the good one? What about the good prophecy? Which is where everyone realizes Bitcoin's just a layer 1 chain. That's all it is. It's just another layer 1 chain like everything else. And there are networks out there that have to catch up with their speed price versus Bitcoin and Ethereum. Their BTC and ETH ratios have to catch up, right? So, I mean, like, what example, friends, is just Chainlink, for example. This is an old coin as well. This is from 2020, not even old, just cycle 2, right? It has to catch up to here. Now, if Ethereum doesn't cuck itself and actually wins, this means Chainlink is $620. I don't think we're going to get that world because that's a 400 billion coin market cap. I think we can get more like a $200 link. But what does that mean? It means Ethereum stays $7,000 to $10,000, right? In the amazing Ethereum world, it's $22,000. I don't think we're going to get that. But I want you to know that these two worlds, they can both play out. They can none play out. One can play out. I'm just leaning more towards the altcoin part playing out because altcoins have just been cucked for such a long time, down for 3.5 years. I can only imagine the type of swift recovery we get when it finally turns around. Now, the overall theme of this week, friends, we're going to be watching the stock market with the FOMC. That's going to be most important. How does the stock market react to the FOMC when they cut but 25? Do they put any more comments about what's happening? We'll see how it plays out. Now, friends, I want to bring something really important to you before we even dive deeper into things. There's been breaking news, right? A whistleblower from the ABC of Americana land. We'll play some nice gentle angel music for them. I think they're cucks over there, by the way. The whistleblower has come out and said Kamala cheated in the election. Now, if someone says this, you probably think, oh, there's nothing to that story. There's a twist, though. This whistleblower is willing to testify in court under perjury, which means you go to jail if you're lying. And this whistleblower brought out a lawyer, and they have 6 key statements here in this document. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read for you. Shout out to this political. There's a political dude out here. Look at this. ABC News whistleblower swears under penalty of perjury that Kamala Krappus campaign dictated the terms of the questions during the presidential debate. Furthermore, the Krappus campaign insisted upon live fact-checking of Donald Trump during the debate. AB Cucked News fact-checked Trump at least 5 times and did not fact-check Krappus once, despite the Democratic candidate telling provable lies such as the Fine People hoax and the bloodbath hoax. The whistleblower signed the affidavit in New York and has sent a copy to Speaker Mike Johnson. The notarized document states. So this is absolutely crazy, right? Look at this. The unnamed individual states that he or she is in possession of secret recordings that will prove that the ABC rigged the presidential debate. So this is huge. I mean, like, this is big. By the way, this thing's got 4.3 million views. I mean, like, everyone's waiting to see. Hopefully it's not just one of these, like, you know, people playing up, but that'd be crazy. I mean, like, you could see it was obviously, it was rigged, but I still think everybody made their mind, man. Like, I didn't watch it thinking like, wow, I'm going to so change my mind. Nah, man, you need crypto to pump, friends. You know what? You need to usher in the Trump pump. If Kamala Krappus wants to win, stop sucking off the banks, start doing pro-crypto stuff. Because, friends, Donald Trump, okay, remember Donald Trump, he sees the banks that they're powerful, but they have to, like, work to brainwash you to get the votes. But he sees just a bunch of crypto people. He's like, dude, there's like 15 million votes ready to go here for right now. I'm just like, they clearly, the people want something. Now, here's the funny part. People say, oh, but politicians are just pandering. Yeah, that's what politicians are. Go represent people. Okay, you can't be a specialist in like 15 different fields. You have to go out and say, well, there's a group of people here, 15 million of them, and they're really motivated. What do they want us to do? This is the government. They're controlling the government. We're listening to the people. Okay, so obviously we hope more of the promises get fulfilled, but you know, there's also some rumors of some assassination and some like shots fired to Donald Trump. And they made a joke. He made one comment about Taylor Swift and then shots started getting fired. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, I guess we'll see how that plays out. Now, baby dolls, Ethereum, it's getting cucked is an understatement right now because this is really, really, really bad, really bad. I have to make another whole video to show you, but of like, you know, there's a lot of things that like, the culture of it doesn't look so nice now when the price is going down. When the price is going up, thank you for being decentralized, right? But when the price is going down, look at these things that are true. Okay, Vitalik dumped his ETH. We already saw that. Okay, he's got a girlfriend now as well. He's triple vaxxed and he's a mask wearer. And everyone's like, oh, bro. And then, you know, contrast that, right? Richard Hart believes in freedom of movement. Vitalik eats like eating bugs. Ethereum culture also invites cuckoldry. I'm not even joking, because they invite cuckoldry. So they invite the layer 2 parasites. And if Vitalik now has to press the panic button and says, no, I'm going to ghost all the chains that aren't sufficiently decentralized. So what all these VCs did was, friends, they align themselves. They say, we are Ethereum friendly. We love Ethereum. Come to Ethereum City for us, okay? But what they do is they're not decentralized. They own all the tokens. You see? They say they're decentralized to get their logos next to it, but they're not actually decentralized. They just have bullshit layer 2 governance that no one cares about. They're soaking up the market cap. You see? And they want to be listed on the exchanges. That's what they want, friends. They want to make their own shitty little layer 2 index. So they're all like listed on Binance and buy shit and everything else. I shouldn't call them buy shit, but yeah, it rhymes. So it rhymes. Hey, list HEX and PulseChain. List my bags, okay? You'll be called buy friend instead of buy shit. So look at this. All these exchanges, friends, they're all doing the same thing. They list garbage and then the garbage dumps. Oh, slowly. OTC down. Here's the funny part, bro. Altcoins that are meme coins, they dump too. But we get a chance to buy them under 1 million market cap, under 10 million market cap, under 50 million market cap. We get a chance, man. We have a chance. We don't have a chance to buy any of these layer 2 stuff. Guess what? The people are voting. Okay, this is what Ethereum looks like right now. It was meant to be a big bully to centralized coins. Now it's just like, ha ha. So Nelson, you got your pants pulled down. So where to from here when we're looking at Ethereum, friends? Well, look, man. I'll be honest, man. Not financial advice, but you shouldn't even be touching it because you should be. Look, if you have a portfolio under. By the way, not financial advice. Can go to zero. Okay, you're listening to a guy wearing an Ash Ketchum Pokemon hat who's gonna play for you some nice Journey music. Okay, it could be the Journey to Hero or Journey to Zero. We're rolling the dice. Okay. If I had $50,000 Monopoly money to throw, this is your friend Sommi, not you. If I had $50,000 Monopoly money to throw and I'm entering crypto It's less than 1 million, okay? I wouldn't even be touching Bitcoin and Ethereum. The upside at this point is just too dog shit. I would look for slingshot on them. Slingshot leverage. That's what I'll be looking at. For example, Pulse ETH ratio does 10x, which means you invest 1 ETH into Pulse and it goes back to the high of May 2023. You get 10 ETH. That's the break even from May 2023. So you look for slingshot leverage like that. I mean, like this is another one, right? You have ChainLink. There's many others, friends. Many others. I just named this. This is an example. Why I love using ChainLink, friends, as an example is it's a good coin, good chart, you know, rounding off and stuff. I know you'd think like, what the hell? But yes, the good chart as in good prospects. The problem is there's no ecosystem. So it's just Link, nothing else. There's no leverage on Link. You can't touch anything. There's no ecosystem. And also, you're also dealing with the fact that it's listed on every exchange already and it's higher market cap. You can't go down into your little dick with butts and your pick on PulseChain and your PDI cute narratives. You can't do that, right? But they require more work. Lucky for you, I've done all the work, right? So that ETH BTC, friends, it's the indicator of altcoins, and it's still been sinking. And this is, by the way, this weekly super trend for Ethereum is the longest downtrend in history. Yes, even longer than that. So times of time, this has been Ethereum got absolutely the worst thing ever. So what I actually think is going to happen, I know this is going to sound pretty wild, right? But I think when ETH finally turns around, you see this yellow line? When it finally turns around, the weekly super trend will now flip green. All right. And I think ETH will go up and then come back down and it will never flip red. And then in the next bear market, up to 2027, 2028, it'll start doing the 4th cycle run of friendship. This is when they'll have sharding. Okay. So what I'm saying basically, friends, is we've now had the longest downtrend for Ethereum in history, and it might be followed up with the biggest uptrend like that. I know it sounds contrarian to say, but that's how markets work. So whenever something goes down forever like that, I always think of the scenario. I'm like, can I imagine it going up forever? Right? That's contrarian, friends. And that's why I'm telling you as well to please keep your back straight and wear your fluffy slippers. Make sure you wear your fluffy slippers. Make sure you respect them. And also you got to vacuum the fluff if you wear them too much, friends. Okay. Now, what about the Bitcoin dominance? It's at 58% now. This thing has been running. I know this is a 2-week chart, friends, but you got to understand. Look at this. It has been running on for a long time. 609 days up. It's blown the record from how long it ran up before. Look at this. It was uptrending here for 539 days. So Bitcoin dominance, 609 days. So when it turns, when? You don't know when. Okay, it could, like I said, I got the hammer here. I don't know when it's going to turn. It could, like you just always do, pop it down. It could be turning now. We don't know. Okay, but when it turns, watch out owning Bitcoin. You've sucked in your ETF. You've sucked in Michael Saylor's $13 million target. You've sucked in MSNBC. You've sucked in everyone for your exposure. You've got maximum exposure for a long time now. Okay, because that's what markets are, friends. Markets are always about feeling out how many people who could buy are in right now. If there's a lot, you got to be careful, okay? So I say have this quote here. Altcoiners, I hate to break it to you. Your coin will be worthless in 10 years. Your NFTs will have 0 bidders. Bitcoin will be $1 million. You'll have squandered an enormous opportunity. So, friends, I can't tell you how strong of strength downstairs I get, okay, when I read something like that. I'm like, oh, you're just like walking right into it, brother. You're walking right in. It's kind of like you're a football team, and then you can over here, you got a secret recorder in the other team's locker room, and they go, these guys have never won a game in their lives. They don't even know what they're doing. I'm so confident. I'm going to be eating candy on the field. Oh, I'm going to play with a blindfold. That's how easy it is going to be to defeat these guys. Imagine you heard the other team talking about you like that. Oh, it's going to be great. But we got to wait. And, of course, wait for what, though? Shout out to Mippo. It's simple. Wait until someone throws a Death of ETH party, then buy with both hands. Easiest trade of the cycle. Now, here's a funny part, friends. They really did make a Death of ETH party again. They made it again. Just to show you, it didn't work this time, though. It didn't work. That's how cucked Ethereum got. So they made a death of ETH party right here, and then ETH BTC went up, and that was the bottom, okay? So I think they tried one here. They made a death of ETH party, or maybe here, something like that, okay? Because it was after the merge. Somewhere around here, they made death, but there might be like an actual big one, like with Peter McDormand and other people as well. By the way, on Peter McDormand, friends, who does the What Bitcoin Did podcast, he has another podcast, I forgot what it's called, but he brought up some UFO and UAP guys. So I think he's going the alien route. See, friends, it's funny, man. Like, we're all Bitcoin Maxi culture at heart. They're all like UFO, like believers. They're all like kind of just like independent. They are like that. It's just that there's just not enough bull market leverage on it. That's it. I don't want to put, by the way, there is leverage on Bitcoin. It's called putting your money into Binance or Buy Me and putting on like a 3x long. I don't want that, man. I don't like that. I want to do better. We can do better. There's too much competition doing that. That's why Bitcoin used to be free money like many years ago when they first introduced leverage, because things just keep going up, right? Not anymore though. So you have to do harder work, and part of the harder work is venturing out into the networks that we do. So even who replied to Mippo was Udi, right? 0. He's talking about Ethereum going to 0. So there you go, friends. Also, Mr. Sovereignfish asked me, diamond handle deployed. That's the question. What's a good percent of your portfolio having it? So there is no, we don't know what good is. It depends for every single person. Like there's people out there, if you got 5 million in your portfolio, okay, have a lot of ETH and a lot of Bitcoin, because you don't need to 10x anything. But if you've got 30 grand or less, for example, 50K, man, like what's Ethereum going to do from here? A 5x? And then you're going to have to wait the next cycle again. You can be an 8-year guy holding. You can do that, but you're not going to feel good if all our low-flying altcoins actually become big-flying altcoins. You're not going to feel good. I'll tell you that. So you're free to do that. The problem, though, is you will be marketed by everybody else winning. Can you sit through that pain? That's fear of missing out, right? Can you do that? Probably not. I've got to remind you as well, you got to believe in something, friends. You know, the only way to make it is truly to believe. You know, Ethereum cucked, all these things cucked, REKT. And this is why I hope you're learning over these past few years, okay? I know long-term stuff, that's my edge. That's it. Long-term, holding, all that, okay? I used to have short-term edge a lot, all right? And then you could only choose. You can't pick both, okay? Trust me, you can't pick both. I tried. You actually can't. See, that's right. When your friend Sommi is doing 18 hours a day, you can't actually have short-term and long-term. You can't. I know it sounds simple, but you actually can't. Because you just skit yourself out. You can't sleep at night. Once you're in the... Yes, we'll speak about that another time. But for the long term, the only way you have to make it is truly to believe. And making it through crypto requires not just these diamond hands and stuff, friends, but actually understanding what the hell gives anything value. That's actually how you make it through these parts of the cycle. But even me, with this long-term edge, I don't know what the hell's going on. It's 50-50, man. It's 50. It's funny. I'll preface everything by saying, I don't know what's going on. It could be down or up. I have no idea what comes 1, 2, or 3 months from now. Even 6 months. I have no idea. But if I had to guess, 50-50, I guess. It's like, oh, flipping heads here, whatever. And then I still see people saying, but you got it wrong. Like, yes, bro, but it's 50-50. Do you understand what a coin toss is? Do you understand? But I know humans in our fallacies, friends. When you're being marketed to from other people who sell products, they're only selling you the good stuff. They're like, I've got a 90% win rate. You'll get rich if you follow me. And they list 15 coins, 14 go to 0 and destroy. And then the one coin that goes up, they'll just throw it in your face. You better buy this coin. It's up 40x in a day. You better buy this coin. Come and get your riches. And they're dumping on you the whole way. And you don't know. And then when the coin goes down, they said, I didn't tell you to go all in. It's called gaslighting, friends. These people, they're gaslighting. They look like snakes. They are snakes. That's why when you listen to these people, right? You know how there's some people out there, they got some YouTube channels or they're just on Twitter. You can just feel it, either just typing anonymously or maybe they just have their own show or whatever. Something about them just don't seem right. It's like they're literally reptilian lizard. It's like literally this, I think you're cold-blooded a bit. Something about you, just something there's not up. Something that's just not warm. You're missing a heartbeat or something, okay? You can feel it. Now, baby dolls, amongst all the cuckery, the PulseChain community, we had a bit of life come out because the weekly candle did this weekly candle up. And I know we all went nuts and people don't get it, bro. I just want to, it's kind of funny, man. I'm going to show you something. So I'll start by the friendly stuff. You have Mr. Tangent, an asset class that's been going up in flags or bull market. If only knew what most likely move for Pulse is. And I'm saying this chart looks like PulseChain, the better Ethereum. This is it going up now. So if you, friends, you watch, you're on board, okay? But there's just some people, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. So here you have, shout out to Mr. Panos. I keep seeing posts about HEX being better than Bitcoin. Facepalm. We have a serious mental illness problem in the PulseChain community. Just like LGBTQ is a mental illness, but people treat it like it's a new normal. Stop feeding these people's egos and get some help. Don't you dare. Don't you dare say HEX is better Bitcoin. It's a better Bitcoin. See, friends, when you read that, you're probably thinking, yeah. Let me inspire you right now. All right, let me inspire you. Okay, put your pants back on. Let's check the mental illness of a little coin out there called Bitcoin. Do you know how many people in the world hold Bitcoin, friends? 320 million. Okay? It's about 320 million. Now, if you do the Maxi percentage of that, so people who only hold Bitcoin, it's about 15 to 20%. That is 45 million people. All right. So how many Maxis are there in HEX and PulseChain? It's about 20%. Right. So it's about 40,000 people. Compare 40,000 people to 40 million. Now you might say, but Bitcoin, you like Bitcoin. Bitcoin's great. Bitcoin went up. Shh. All right. 45 million people in the world believe Bitcoin is a superior store of value to gold. Okay. And they believe that BTC is going over $10 million. All right? Not just believe it in their like nuts or their hearts, but also their pointy elbows and their pointy knees. Okay? Now, you might say this and go, but, you know, it's been going up over time and it's good for the crypto industry, right? Let me show you something. I have the chart for you right here. Bitcoin versus Nasdaq. Now, look at this, friends. This chart used to be amazing, didn't it? Wow, you're just going on up and up and up and up. What happened? Look at that. Can you see there's a big difference here? Can you see there's a difference between going up only and now? Whoa, look at that. Wow. Do you notice there's a big difference? You crossed the technology, basically the chasm, friends. You see that? What happened in 2017, friends? What happened in 2017? Bitcoin crossed the technology S-curve chasm, which I'll show you. And it's this chart right here. Okay, so let me delete this. Bitcoin, you can see this S-curve pattern here. This is the chart. You see that? Innovator, Roger Ver. Visionary, Tim Draper and John McAfee. We crossed the chasm in 2017. Then we got the early majority. Then we're starting to get conservatives and late majority, and finally we have the ETF. So that's, I know we don't like looking at that, but friends, I've got to show you that chart once again. I know people don't like looking at that chart. You got to look at that chart, dude. That's literally the bug eater index. That's American Nasdaq. How is the world's greatest store of value going sideways against the Nasdaq, which is all the biggest companies in the world, the tech Ponzi companies? How is it going sideways? And you know what? Okay, maybe there's a 2 or a 3x in there. Okay, but I'm just telling you, it's slowing down big. So don't think, oh, it's still 2 to 3x. Yeah, bro, that's now. What you think in another 10 years, it's going to keep like accelerating? No. It's people have figured it out, friends. You see that? Yeah, I just showed it to you right now. Maybe have a look at it again. You can't knock this, man. Like you can't ignore, wow, I'm early. Something's going on here. Something happened. All right. Something happened. Look at this. That's crazy, isn't it? The Nasdaq. So, we want to talk about brainwashing. What about that one? And I've got more. I've got more, friends. So, what about Michael Saylor having a, I don't know, $13 million Bitcoin price? His bull case, by the way, he put $49 million bucks. That's his bull case. How's that not brainwashing? How is looking at this, by the way, you know this growth rate, friends? He assumes it just keeps going up like this forever. It's just like, well, that's what that growth rate assumes. How do we know that's going to happen? That's dangerous, isn't it? It could be very dangerous. Basically assuming nothing can ever take on the competition of Bitcoin. You got to remember, what I already know, friends, devil's advocate. Okay, what would a Bitcoin Maxi say here? They'll go, well, I can buy and hold Bitcoin anywhere in the world, and I have value with that. Okay, yeah, you do. You got value. You, my friend, have value. But you're already in. The past 15 years of Bitcoiners, I'm a Bitcoiner, friends. The past 15 years of Bitcoin Maxis are already in. We are trying to get the next people not in. Now, when you see stuff like Pump Fun, Solana, JPEG swapping, Generation Zoomers, when you see things like Tron moving, when you see a community like what exists on PulseChain, when you see that, is that leaning you more towards decentralization maxi stuff, or is it leaning you more towards whatever the hell is product market fit that these crypto chains are trying to accommodate for? Because gold, friends, is the most decentralized thing in the world. It grows the same as the other metals and commodities, like 8% per year, and you got to take a 20-year view. Think about that. If the world truly valued decentralization, why does the S&P 500 grow at 10% per year and gold only grows at 8% per year, but gold can have a 10-year period where it goes nowhere and you have to hold it up for 20 years? Why is that happening? Kind of because it's telling you, friends, the people who are early to the narrative, they've now latched onto that. Their brains, they're calcified. That's, friends, you go, this is like in every single, it happens in every single speculative bubble asset or whatever. People come in and it basically gets fortified what their narrative is, and they can't imagine another way. They can't. It's happened with the internet. It literally happened with the internet. Okay, look at all these new generation Zoomer kids. I mean, like, for some reason, girls don't feel any shame of just selling their bodies on OnlyFans. That used to be like the worst thing you could have done 20 years ago. Now, well, she's making like $40 an hour, whatever it is. You see, these things are changing. Now, I'm not saying you have to agree with them. No. I'm just telling you, if you have these old biases, these narratives, in markets, that is your worst enemy. To be biased, that's your worst enemy. I know it's hard, friends. I know it's hard. That's why I always tell you, man, who cares if you agree with their message or not? They got a loud megaphone. You're learning. And by the way, friends, while I play, let's play some Pokemon music as well.
I wanna be the very best that no one ever was.
Michael Saylor's $13 million Bitcoin. Friends, his $13 to $49 million Bitcoin range. If we get to that number, even after inflation and adjusting for everything, he owns between 1% and 5% of the world. He can literally sell and buy 1% to 5% of all the property in the world. He can own between 1 and 5 countries. He can literally buy all of Japan. He can buy all these, or he can buy Germany. He can buy Japan. I forgot which ones. Yeah, okay, look, you just added up their GDPs. You want to tell me about brainwashing, bro? This guy said, I own this imaginary Ponzi coin on the internet, and in 20 years, I'm going to own 1 to 5% of the world. And all I've done is just own this thing on the internet. Come on, sir. I also found this hilarious comment as well from Mr. Puke on you, right? He's got a Pulse Bitcoin logo. That stupid SOB Sommi with an E keeps saying HEX is better than BTC. Here's your fucking crooked SOB. And I asked him, I go, if HEX isn't better than Bitcoin, why are you holding it? Why are you holding it, sir? Crickets. So you get to see, friends. By the way, I know what I'm doing right now. I know most people, they're finding it hard to even agree with what I'm saying, because I know what you're seeing. You're seeing in your mind the Bitcoin dominance chart going up. You're seeing Bitcoin spot ETF. You're seeing Bitcoin at $60,000. You're seeing that. Yeah, I know you're saying that, but you got to remember, this is literally just the polar opposite of, say, the bottom of the bear market when it looks darkest before dawn. That's it. It's literally just the polar opposite. Now, there is a nice example I'm going to show here to you, which is shout out to the Twink brothers, Altcoin Daily. Why Tron will be a top 3 cryptocurrency in the next 2 years. Justin Sun, your friend Sommi here. Once again, friends, I'll give you the... When I say highest value content in crypto, it's not even close. And you know it's not even close. Not even in the same spectrum. Look at this. Look when they decide to put Justin with an interview on the channel. Up here. Or Tron... I don't even know it's an interview. Probably. But it could be just the coverage of the coin network. Up here. What do you think they were saying in the green arrow? I know what they were saying in the green arrow. Right? Do you remember, friends? I was here. They were calling Justin Sun the biggest scam of the crypto industry next to Richard Hart. They were saying that down here. You want to know why? Because Justin had that USDD, whatever it was, which is a Luna UST algo stablecoin. He launched it before Luna collapsed. That's what they were saying is a scammer because the thing depegged. I haven't even checked it in a while. Crazy. Let's actually check it. I have it right here. This is hilarious, friends. Let's put it on a weekly chart so we can see the wicks. So in 2022, look at this. It wicked down. Look, this is hilarious. As Luna started capitulating, they sold this down to 92 cents and then it came back up. And then, look, I remember this. It went down, it depegged again to 97 cents, came back up, came back down here. This is when USDC depegged. This was the USD. Remember USDC depegged down at 90 cents. They sold Justin back down here again, came back up, came back down. this. Oh my gosh, the heart attack inducing rates of things in here. But that's what they were saying to him about him, man. They were saying, well, you're a baby head. Yeah, stable coins, everyone's lost their money. And that was down here. Now at the top, they cherish him. So this is markets, man. This is markets. And I know you need a voice of reason, voice of friendship like me to navigate them for you. That's what I'm here to do. So Tron, right, it did that amazing glide up. Remember, friends, when I talk about the Tron chart, this is what I'm talking about. If I ever say something might get the Tron cycle, it's where it goes halfway up the high, comes back down, right? Comes back down, has a higher low in the bear market, and then it just glides up to the top. This is very, very, very rare. We might actually see XRP does something like that. We might see other coins do that. It might even be the future of HEX. You don't know. For HEX to reclaim the all-time high, it might not in this cycle go to like 55 cents or whatever. Maybe it goes to 30 or 40 cents, comes back down to 10, 5 to 10 in the next bear market, and then just walks up. That's possible, right? So same with any other coin. So it's important to note, right, that coverage coming at the high only after success. And that's why I'm saying, well, the same thing's going to happen to Richard Hart. That's it. Why is he a scammer? Price is down. Price is down. Oh, you're a scammer because price is down. Friends, I literally see it. Any of the coins we're in, someone comes in, someone like, you know, they don't have an avatar. They'll come into the Telegram. And I know they haven't been like watching. They haven't been in Telegram. They haven't been for a while. They come in. They go, oh, Sommi, we got scammed in this. How did you make money in this coin? It's dog shit. It's a scam. I'm like, firstly, bro, I haven't sold shit. So I haven't made any money. Number one. Number two, you missed my 15 videos saying like, yeah, bro, 90% crashes are literally everywhere. Because I know, man, people don't look at the whole market. They're just looking at their 3 coins and they go, oh, I got scammed. Like, no, bro. Like, every coin's down. Yeah, there's like 2 coins out of 15,000 that are up and they're Cabal coins most of the time anyway. You see what I mean? So, if you don't understand that, those are the ones that end up paper handing out and they don't make it. But luckily you do. So, the opportunistic time is now, friends. Buying these red monthly candles. It could, friends, it's literally, it could be as simple as keep buying PulseChain coins, core coins, as long as everyone says Richard is a scammer. Just keep saying that. And sell when they say he's a great person again. It literally could be as simple as, I'm not even joking. They're like, oh, we were wrong about this guy. We were wrong. But when they say we're wrong, that'll be the first momentum wave. And then they'll probably switch. That's why, friends, if you buy a contrarian thing, they go from hate. They go, Richard Hart's a fat Ponzi scammer, like what I used to think at the start, okay? Then they go, you know what? He's not a fat Ponzi scammer. He's just fat. Okay, they go to that. Then they go to, wait, I think we were wrong. I don't think he's a fat Ponzi scammer. I just think he's a fat... he's a fat guy who is trying to add value without this VC network of shit of listing all the exchanges. But that first wave, friends... They sit on it, and then it builds up, and then finally you have the worship. The worship. We might even see a Richard Hart tattoo at the end, friends. You never know. a Richard Hart tattoo on someone's back or someone's rib cage. Okay, that might be the top. Which is funny, man. Hex tattoos. So hex tattoos like the normal now. You see that? But friends, if you're not in a contrarian thing, if you're in something neutral, well, you can't go, you don't get the big switch. You only go from neutral to, oh, this thing's good. See that switch? It's not that big. But if you go from super hatred, so what does that actually mean on a chart? Let's actually look at what that actually means on a chart, friends, is, and like obviously the best chart to use is the EHEX chart. When someone hates something, they say, wow, you're down 99.85% and you should be there because you're a Ponzi fat scammer. They're saying that. So basically the market's saying there's like a 1% odds of you ever reviving. That's what they're saying. So, but they're only saying that because they hate you. Okay. Maybe if EHEX, for example, friends, if EHEX was like back, let's say it got back to like 3 cents up here and it did this move and it actually got back to like 10 cents, they might not even be saying like that there's 1% odds anymore. They might be saying, oh, you know what? There's like maybe a 30% odds of your survival, not 1%. You see that? How they move it across over time. And all that's happening was the price was moving. But ultimately, it comes down to that same thing, right? Being contrarian. Bitcoin's not 15K anymore. Ethereum is not $900 anymore. Different prices. Now, ETH BTC is at 0.039. Oh, yeah, that's contrarian now. Right? It was the contrarian at 0.05. But you're looking for the best bang for your buck, man, because everyone's in a different place. So remember, crypto's a long duration asset, friends. Everyone has to hold the whole way. Just to let you know, everyone has to hold the whole way. Okay, everyone gets what they deserve at the end. Okay, if you want to take little risk and hold Bitcoin, you're going to get what you deserve by the market. Okay, you took the least risk of everyone. All right, you're going to get your little shitty 2 or 3x. Maybe. See? Okay, you deserve that, but you don't deserve anything more than that. You're least risky. Ethereum, you're contrarian. You probably won't get a 2 to 3x from here. Maybe you'll get like 6. Maybe get 5 to 6, which is huge. Okay. But what about fat Ponzi scammer coins? You're not going to get a shitty little 5x from that. You could get 50. You get 100. You see? But then it's not just about that. The market has to literally give you genuine reasons why they think it's a scam. There's no free lunch in markets, friends. When people sell stuff down, I mean, look at this, friends. I'm going to read. The last thing I want to show you is this quote from Sir Johnson Chaos. It's a great quote. Okay, look at this. Okay, look at this. Johnny, to get a deal, look at this. Johnny, to get a deal, you have to find people that don't value what they hold and take it from them for what little they're willing to sell it for. So why would people not value this? Right? Because I think nothing's coming. Well, same as, for example, Doge. Okay, so Doge is what? 10 cents now. Yeah, people selling Doge don't value it because they don't think it has much value. But you're not just thinking about buying low. So buying low is a great principle everywhere. But there are different tiers of this buy low, right? You know, Bitcoin and Ethereum low price dips, completely different story to what Pepe and Dog with Hat did, right? Completely different story to what PulseChain core coins can do and then the PulseChain altcoins. See? PDI is up 5,000x for that load. That was huge, right? So look what else Johnny says. The problem is you are unsure about what you are buying. Uncertainty. If you knew with absolute certainty it was going to $1, you wouldn't care how many pennies you pay or who you bought it from. See that? So we're always in a world of uncertainty in crypto. That's why when the market sells down, there's like this paradox. The market is wrong and the market is right. So the market is always right, as in you are selling us down because you feel like this today. You are selling down Ethereum to ETH BTC 0.039. You are selling us down because today you feel like Ethereum is cuck city. You feel like it's dog shit that the founder keeps dumping, that he's a triple vaxxer, that he wears masks, that he eats bugs, that he has a girlfriend. Okay, that it's like World Economic Forum. You feel bad about today, so you are right. However, you're also wrong because you know the earth rotates. You know there's sleep cycles. You know women have their monthlies. You know these cycles happen every day. And you're ignoring that. So you are sad today. You're right to feel sad. But is it a wise bet for the future? Best example, friends. Okay, your friend said they're going to pick you up at 11 a.m. You're going to go to the shops. They picked you up 11:02. Imagine you say, man, you're 2 minutes late. That's 2 minutes I could have slept in. I'm not going to be your friend anymore. Block you. Drop me home. You see what I mean? You're right to feel, okay, I could have had 2 minutes extra sleep. But to let go of a friendship, that's what market networks are, friends. Johnny, how many dollars would you buy for pennies? All of them, of course. Pretty much saying yes. If you had certainty that something was going to be $1, and even someone was giving it to you for 99 cents, you would buy it with all in. And you know who do that, friends? It's Tether. Right? Look, let me show you something in USDT now. So in 2022, friends, people were capitulating USDT, okay? They tried to depeg USDT. This is Tether, all right? Now, I think this is a fake wick, but I think Tether went down here. I think this one was fake. I'm not sure. Maybe this might have been some leverage things, but the real price, I remember Tether hit like 99.4 down here. So they tried to actually take down Tether. So how much money do you think people went all in to get that ARB? Billions. That's right. Billions, friends. People were putting in all their money in these big funds because they knew, okay, they literally knew, well, they didn't even have to know. They could see it. On Tether, they would put in like, $1 million, and then Tether would have the 24 hours, the money would be in. The money, so they would have $1 million USD in their account. So people were buying for $1, they were buying it for 99.4. 0.994. They were happy to make that. I think it's 0.1 to 01 to basically redeem. So they get that tiny 0.5%. They make that little half percent yield in a day. So if you have 10 million bucks in a day, you just make 50K. Bang, 0.5%. Free. Like it's literally free, 50 grand. That's pretty much how much money they made. Now, of course, easier said than done. It's happening while Luna's collapsing. So it's not so easy. You feel like, oh my gosh, what if Tether's running a Ponzi? Then I've just given him $10 million. I'm not going to get anything. That's why, friends, you can look for better bets. You don't have to buy $1 for 99.5 cents. What if you could buy $1 for 50 cents? What if you could buy $1 for 20 cents? What if you think HEX is going to $1 in the future? It's not even 1 cent. Do you see? That means if it works, you get like a 200x upside, and if it doesn't work, you lose your unit. Just think about that for a second, man. And let's say it just gets to 50 cents. Let's just say let's say it only has 100x from here. 100x. Friends, just think about if this works out. If you just have, like, there are people here that have like half a year of savings in HEX. If it does 100x, man, they got 50 years of income. But you don't have to divide that by 4 again. Who cares? You see, so the number's so big, it makes so much sense to take the other side of the bet. To me, not financial advice. What about Bitcoin? If you think Bitcoin's going to 100K, would you buy it at now? Would you buy it at 55? Yeah, you could. See, you have to think about these bets but the market always gives you a good story to why it's at that low penny price, right? So it's up to you to do the research, and we have done the research, right? I show you, hey, 200,000 people. Here's Metcalfe's Law. The community's not going away. 99% down. HEX conference, Pulse conference. 172 content creators now. 72 streamers. We've added Fast Abdul and Sota. You see? These increase your probabilities that, the market thinks there's a 1% chance he shouldn't be here. HEX should be more like 10 cents. Not 0.5%. Based off these odds. See? But you don't know that. If there was certainty, you wouldn't be getting the deal. That's the risk. That's what you get most rewards for. So the problem isn't someone has a bunch of units to sell. The problem is you don't value them either yet. You don't believe in $1, which is why it won't matter if it does hit $1 because you will be long gone before it does so. Yes, 100%. He says it doesn't matter that a lot of people have something to sell, right? The problem is the story isn't believed by everybody that the thing can go up. But we know in crypto, friends, the number one dictator of a belief in a story is the price just going up there. They are one in the same. You see? So you don't even need HEX to go to $1. You just have to think, okay, people are giving it a 0.5% chance it goes to $1. Okay, that's 0.5%. We're just using examples, rough metrics. Okay, what if one day they gave it a 20% chance it goes to $1? Now HEX is 20 cents. Now HEX is literally 20 cents. But you're buying it or you're holding at 0.5%, you see? Do you think one day people will give a 30% chance HEX will go to $1? That's HEX back to 30 cents. You're making a lot of groundwork here over the average person who comes in and just... See, friends, when people don't want to... It takes balls to think like this, to do this. This is why, friends, most people are just better off buying an index. But ultimately, people who don't want to do this hard work, they put their money into Bitcoin on Binance or Bybit or whatever, and they just put a leverage long. Because they say, well, you know, Bitcoin's at 55K. I think it's gone to 100. And this is the only coin I know and I'm familiar with. Okay, I'm going to put like a 3x long here, and I'm just going to leave it. That's what they try to do. The problem, though, is you can get forced out. So what if the market wants to give Bitcoin, say maybe Bitcoin's got a 60% chance of going to 100K by the market, whatever it is. What if the odds go down to 30%? What if it goes down to 30% for a day and then comes back up? That's Bitcoin slices down to 30K. You're liquidated. You're liquidated. But if you have no leverage, like in HEX went from a 10% chance it's going to hit $1 down to like 0.5%, but you're still holding because you don't have leverage. You're like, oh, well, it sucks, but I'm still holding. You see? You stayed in the game. And we're going to stay with the power of friendship. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.